It is that filthy casual. And guess who I'm repping today? If you don't know who this guy is, I'm gonna link his website down below because he's pretty awesome. IMDb's 250 best movies of all time. How many have you seen? 2013 edition. Here's another episode. Last time's was Spirited Away. Link down below. Quiz down below. Today's is Good Will Hunting. Monsieur Gus Van Sant is our director today. And what was cool about this movie is two of the main actors, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and Matt Damon, they actually wrote this and then they starred in it, which is pretty cool. And this came out in 1997. And of course you've got the fabulous late Robin Williams, which is just sad. But I enjoyed coming back and watching this movie now. Like, it's almost like I could appreciate it more now that he has passed. After Robin Williams' death in 2014, Hollywood Reporter actually ranked this movie as number 53 on top 100 films of all time, I'm pretty sure. So this movie has made it on quite a few lists, which is pretty cool. This movie also grossed over $225 million, while its budget was only $10 million. So they definitely made their money back. But originally, Damon and Affleck wrote this, and it was supposed to be a thriller. But then people were like, can you try instead to make it about this character and his relationship with his shrink instead? Which I think is pretty cool. Because Affleck and Damon wrote this together, I'm going to say it's not necessarily really about the director's vision. I would say it's more about their vision. So not necessarily going to go into a lot of the director's work. Cast-wise, cast was really good. Although, this is hilarious, I thought Minnie Driver was excellent. And Minnie Driver plays the girlfriend of Matt Damon's character, Will Hunting. And I like Minnie Driver. I love her. But I didn't necessarily feel a lot of the chemistry between her and Matt Damon's character, if that makes sense. When she tells him, I love you, I was crying. Because I don't know a single person on this planet that can't relate to that scene in some way. So that scene, she won me over as a really good actress for that scene. But overall, her performance with Matt Damon, I personally didn't find it super believable as far as their romantic chemistry went, if that makes sense. You didn't really see a lot of that. So I liked Minnie Driver, but I also feel like she could have been replaced with someone that maybe had more chemistry. And it may have just been the way that her character was written as well. Ben Affleck, he was okay. He was okay. I liked his relationship with Matt Damon. But some of the friends I thought were a little bit quirkier. And they were a little bit more rough around the edges. I think Matt Damon's best friend should have been the most rough around the edges. Cast, I probably would have changed a few things. Maybe moved some things around. Other than that, it was pretty good. So, as far as plot goes, right off the bat, we're told that there's this guy, he's a janitor, and he's really smart. He works at MIT, so he's at this prestigious, snooty, smarty pants school. And you find out that he's really smart because he can solve this equation. So it kind of threw you in there right off the bat. I was expecting it to kind of maybe wait a few minutes to introduce us to that. No, it just went for it. So, alright. I'm sitting there and I knew what the story was about because most people know what this movie is about. But, so I'm sitting there and it just kind of punches you in the face with like, BAM! You know, he's a genius! And I'm like, okay, BAM! I guess he's a genius. He's found by this prestigious professor that he solved this amazing equation for, and this professor's like, I want you need to stop scrapping with people on the streets, basically. You need to stop punching their lights out. Come help me out, kind of be like my intern in the math department, and then I need you to go to counseling. And of course, he's so smart, and he's from the wrong side of the tracks, you know what I mean? Like, he's little rough around the edges, so he's learned to hold people at bay his entire life because that's what he's used to doing. So of course, being ridiculously intelligent, also hating to let people in, he drives off all of his shrinks. Except for one, Robin Williams. And Robin Williams comes in, and Robin Williams, of course, sees a bit of himself in Matt Damon's character. And Robin Williams goes, oh, I'm going to take him under my wing, and I'm going to see him again and again and again. It's definitely about the relationship between Matt Damon's character and Robin Williams' character, as well as personal growth with Robin Williams and Matt Damon. And also Matt Damon's growth with Minnie Driver, his love interest. So you kind of see the fact that he doesn't want to let her in, and then eventually he decides to let her in. Like, that's kind of the big climax and the big decision at the end, is after Matt Damon realizes those things about himself, why he is the way that he is, he realizes the only way to really meet his full potential in all areas is it for to not just be academic and not just be his job, but also he needs to be with the person that he cares about and the person that loves him and the person that he loves. So he decides to go get her, and that's kind of the end of the movie. And before that, there's a lot of back and forth about who am I, and I hate you, and I don't know what I want to do with my life, and is it perfectly justified to waste my brain on doing a job that's just as honorable but maybe less academic? Is that justifiable? Which I thought was an interesting question. Overall, the entire movie, really good. You understand that Matt Damon's a genius. Very emotional. You understand that he holds people at bay. But I guess I was prepared for it to be less of an emotional journey about finding out why he holds people at bay, and I was expecting it to be more Robin Williams helping him reach these academic goals, as opposed to why do you hold people at bay, why are you so distant? But the overall climax was not necessarily what I expected it to be. I didn't expect the climax to be him choosing to chase after his love interest. I expected the climax more to be about his personal choices regarding career and what he's been learning. So I was a little disappointed with that. Lengthwise, it wasn't too bad. Scoring, this makes me sound really weird, but I thought it sounded a little bit too much like Edward Scissorhands meets The Little Mermaid. It's not really a tone of the movie, it's pretty cut and dry. Overall, I would be willing to watch it again, but it's not so amazing that I'm gonna run to all my friends and have them go see it. So I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 10. Because it's not quite a 5 for me. I would say over a 5. I'm going to tell someone you need to see this. And it's not really a 4. So I would say a 4.5 out of 10. Man, I really haven't been giving movies like very good reviews. I think the highest I've gone so far is a 7. Yeah, to recap, I would have recast some people just for personal preference. I wish the climax would have been a bit different. Anyway, so that's it for today. It was pretty short just because the plot, there was no big secret. There's no huge breakthrough. There's no big thing to talk about with tone. Not really this huge thing about symbolism. More personal growth and more journey. Pretty cut and dry. Not really much to talk about. So, it's Windham. You're filthy casual. You know, I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I like hearing from people. I love discussion. I love all these things. I like hearing from you guys. It's pretty cool. Go follow me and jizz. And subscribe and thumbs up. Comment down below. Maybe you notice things that I didn't notice, or maybe you completely disagree. I don't know really what you could disagree with other than, I don't know, maybe you guys liked Minnie Driver. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.